from somebody that I know. I won't say who it was. Somebody that I know that I knew they were going to vote for Barack Obama. And their statement was, well, I don't like the fact that he's a black man, but I hope he can turn this country around. What does that have to do with anything? But anyway, there are some people who are making this an issue. A lot of the Tea Party people are not. That's not the issue. But that's what people like Janine Garofalo and other people are accusing anybody who's against any program that the government is doing right now. They're saying, well, you're racist. You don't like it because Barack Obama's a black man. And so that's the racist ideas are not coming from white middle class America. They're coming from people who are stirring up the pot. So, excuse me, I got a little French fry in my teeth. So remember, I'm a threat to national security. Here's an article, something that's happening this week. NAACP considers resolution decrying racist elements in Tea Party movement. The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People will propose a resolution this week condemning racism within the Tea Party movement. The resolution scheduled for a vote as early as Tuesday by delegates attending the annual NAACP convention in Kansas City calls upon all people of goodwill to repudiate the racism of the Tea Parties and to stand in opposition to its drive, listen to this now, listen to their rhetoric, its drive to push our country back to the pre-civil rights era. Now, I've been to the Tea Party meetings. I know some people that are active. I've read their website. I've read all the emails that are sent to me. I don't know of anybody who's wanting to push this nation back into the era where we made black people go to a different bathroom. I don't know of anybody that wants that to happen. But this is what they're saying. And so they're saying that if you come out against socialism in this country, you're a racist. If you come out against the health care legislation in this country, you're a racist. If you come out against cap and trade, you're a racist. If you come out against anything that Nancy Pelosi or Harry Reid, two white people, have pushed through the Congress, including this new bank overhaul bill, which basically, and I was reading on this today, this new bank overhaul bill that Barack Obama signed basically gives control of the banking institutions of America, not in the hands of elected officials, but these elected officials have created all these little czars everywhere. They're the ones who are going to control the banking in this country. Boy, do I trust that one. But if you come out against this stuff, you're a racist. There's something wrong with you. And if you think that this is not coming out of the White House, here it is. Michelle Obama rouses NAACP before vote condemning racist elements of Tea Party. First Lady Michelle Obama brought renewed energy to the NAACP today, delivering the keynote speech at the annual convention one day before the nation's largest civil rights group is expected to condemn what it calls racist elements in the Tea Party movement. The nation's largest and oldest civil rights organization will vote on the resolution Tuesday during its annual convention in Kansas City, Missouri. That's a mistake. Kansas City's not Missouri. We kicked it out a long time ago. That's just a joke. In her speech, the First Lady focused on the issue of childhood obesity and her Let's Move initiative. But outside of her remarks, anti-Tea Party activism has been a key focus of the gathering, which conservative leaders say is driven solely by a political agenda. Tea Party members have used racial epithets, now that is not true, have verbally abused black members of Congress and threatened them, and protesters have engaged in explicitly racist behavior. Man, who wrote this story? ABC News. And displayed signs and posters intended to degrade people of color generally and President Barack Obama specifically, according to the proposed resolution. So you can imagine that the president sent her down there, or she just jumped on this to be part of. Listen, they're not trying to bring America together. They're not. Do not believe for a second that the President of the United States and his First Lady and all those people that follow him are trying to bring Americans closer together. They're not. They're trying to divide the nation, and that is exactly what's going on, because divide and conquer. A house divided against itself cannot stand. A nation divided against itself cannot stand. Now, I'm going to put some scriptures in here, that one place in particular that I think is interesting. And this is one of those passages in the Bible that we have in the back of our mind, and we're watching We're watching for these events to take place. And I see what's going on in America right now as a precursor to what this verse is actually talking about. Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Well, there's a big statement there. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Now here it is, right here. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines, pestilences. We're watching for all of those things to take place, and earthquakes in diverse, which is diverse or various places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And when we get back to this nation shall rise against nation thing, the nation against nation. I don't teach much Greek. I don't sit here in front of in our secret broadcasting bunker and give you a Greek lesson every time and tell you how the Bible doesn't really mean this, it should say something else. But I just happen to know a few words in the original languages, and the underlying word here is ethnos, and if you look through the whole of the Scriptures in English, that is exactly what you'll see. The word nation has more to do with ethnic identity than it does, borders or, anything like that. And so here we have Jesus prophesying. He said this is what's going to happen. You're going to see one nation, one ethnic group against another. Now that's been going on for 6,000 years now. But it's going to culminate. It's going to grow, and then it's going to come to a fruition where instead of wars being fought over property or over freedom or over liberties, wars are going to be fought simply over the race that somebody else belongs to. And in case you're watching me, and I know there's at least one guy that has a real problem with me. I mean a big, big problem with me. And probably just because I mentioned this, he's going to send me another nasty letter because he's been doing it for about a year now. Revelation chapter 7. You see, we're not supposed to be part of this. We're supposed to be above this. And so in Revelation chapter 7, here we have, let's see here. After this, in verse 9, and I beheld and lo a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations, which means all races, and kindreds, which means kinds of people, and people, and tongues. That's 4. See, that's amazing to me because that's exactly where Jesus told us to preach the gospel, was to all these people. And He told us to preach the 4 gospels to the 4 corners of the earth. These people stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes. They're not white because they're all white people. They're white because they have been clothed upon with Jesus Christ Himself, who is pure, and palms in their hands. Think of a feast. That's to do with palms, okay? And cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne, and to the Lamb. One of the elders, verse 13, answered and said unto me, What are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. And therefore are they before the throne, and serve Him day and night in His temple. And He that sitteth on the throne shall dwell among them. And they shall, I like this part, they shall hunger no more, neither thirst anymore. And I really don't think there's going to be McDonald's in heaven. But we're supposed to be above all this, and so be careful. Be careful that the criticisms that you make of the President of the United States are not based upon his racial identity or his country of origin or anything like that. Make sure that we're standing upon principles that are well-founded and